I'm Patrick Amato. I'm from Ramsey, New Jersey. I'm a sophomore nursing student here at Marywood University. This is the Center for Natural and Health Sciences. This is my first stop on Tuesday mornings where I go to Fundamentals of Nursing Lab. So that's where I'm headed now if you want to follow me. This is where we have most of our science courses. I have an anatomy class here, anatomy lab, chemistry, and all of our nursing courses. You'll see in the nursing lab, we have a lot of high-tech equipment that we use in order to practice all the techniques that we're learning, and you'll see that here in a little bit. And as you also see, I only have about 6 other students in my class, so the student-to-teacher ratio is really, really good here. Very conducive to learning. You really get the personal attention that you need in order to learn something like nursing, so it's really good. All right, so this is where we get to practice all the techniques on dummies before we do it on real people. So that'll help out. As you can see, it looks like a real hospital. It's very realistic. We have the beds, like you'll see in a real hospital, all the equipment. We can practice anything from IVs to injections to catheters. Any of the techniques that we learn in lecture. And we're just starting using this now, and I'm sure as we move on in the semesters, we'll do even more advanced techniques. This guy over here is SimMan. The instructor can actually control a lot of the functions, like his vital signs and everything, from a computer over there to make it even more realistic. There's also cameras around here, that way you can record what you've done to play it back and see if you've given the appropriate care later on, so it makes it really realistic. When I decided to go back to school, I contacted several colleges in the area, and I needed a little help being a non-traditional student with a previous degree. I needed to know, where I stood in the nursing program, and Marywood just gave me a lot of help, and they made sure that all my questions were answered, and they really went above and beyond to make sure that I was being taken care of. And I figured if that was indicative of how they treat their students, their current students, then maybe I should give them a better look. So I went and visited the campus, beautiful campus, great facilities, great classrooms. And then what put it over the top was how they accommodate veterans using the new GI Bill, which I was going to be using. So once I saw how accommodating they were with that, I made the decision to go with Marywood. And I haven't regretted my decision one bit. I chose nursing for a couple reasons. After I spent 8.5 years in the Marine Corps, I figured I was ready for a change, but there were a couple things I didn't want to change. I still wanted a career where I was helping people, where I could make a difference, and where I could be in a field where I didn't have to stagnate in one position for 20, 25 years. I'm hoping nursing will do that for me. So if the field that I go into after I graduate is not going to be the same area where I'm going to be in for 20 years. I can move to another area within nursing, so I can continue to grow and continue to educate myself throughout my career and not get bored with one thing.
Because I know Patrick got it right.
C, stress incurred while working in a profession dominated by members of the opposite sex. My favorite thing about Marywood is the small class sizes. Whether it's a lecture or a lab, you're given the personal attention by the instructor to make sure that you're learning the material that you need to learn. I never feel uncomfortable asking the teacher a question during class or contacting them outside of class. During a lab, the instructor is always going around making sure that each student is learning what they need to learn. During a dissection, they come around and make sure you're seeing what you need to see. And that's very important in the nursing major, because all the knowledge builds on itself. So you can't just forget what you learned in one part of the class and forget it after the test. You have to keep that knowledge in your brain. So we're heading to the Liberal Arts Center, and as a nursing student, your sociology classes will be in there, the Com 101's in there, my religion class, so all the non-science courses will be in there. The best thing about Marywood's nursing program, besides the great facilities, is the hands-on experience that you gain so early on in your major. In your second year in the nursing major, you start clinicals in a hospital setting where you're working with real patients. And you work with nurses as they go about their daily jobs, and you see what you have to become once you graduate. And so it puts all of the classes that you're going through in perspective, because you really have to know the material when you get out and when you graduate. And sometimes it's hard for a younger student to be taught a lot of information and wonder where this is coming about in your major, where as in nursing, you know that everything that you're being taught you're going to use after graduation. All right, so I'm done for the day. I'm going to head home, spend some time with the wife and daughter, and then tomorrow is the start of Easter break. So I hope you enjoyed a day in the life of a nursing student here at Marywood. This has been a day in my life. Wouldn't you like to see what a nursing degree from Marywood could do for you?